This program contains true stories of rescues. All of the 911 calls you will hear are real. Whenever possible, the actual people involved have helped us reconstruct the events as they happened.
Of life and death. I'm William Shatner. Tonight on Rescue 911, true stories of caring people who strive to the best of their abilities to change the course of events. We begin on the night of November 10th, 1989 in Desert Springs, Arizona, where Don Jeanson was overseeing a youth group camp in front of the church where he was pastor. Don's 12-year-old daughter, Susanna, was sharing a tent with a group of girls her age, including Beth Edelman.
We were looking at pictures of all my friends.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go on a hike.
Even though it was late, we were all wide awake.
We gotta go.
Around 11 p.m., Don gathered the group together for a walk through the neighborhood.
Wait, spread out, wait.
We went on this hike down this small residential street. It was a nice night. It was quiet. I just felt that everything was under control. My son Jeremy and Susanna both were playing kick the can. I felt my life pass before me, and under my breath I said, "Oh no, not my daughter, not my daughter."
Come on.
I just couldn't imagine how she could fit between the engine and the pavement. There wasn't room for her. I felt sure that she was dead.
I couldn't get to her.
I'm gonna go make sure she's breathing.
I could barely tell whether or not she was breathing. I said, Susanna, I'm gonna stay here with you. Just let her know that I was right there. I feel like I should do something.
Don called his wife Diana from the scene of the accident.
I'll never forget the ring. And then there was Don on the other line.
Hello, Diana.
All I heard was these sirens. And he's screaming over the top of it.
I can't hear you.
Susanna was hit by a car.
Nothing in your whole life can prepare you for those kinds of feelings. You see them healthy and happy playing one moment, and then you get the phone call.
And you wonder, am I ever going to see him again? Alive?
When we continue.
I didn't want to believe it, that a tragedy like this could strike my family. It seemed like I was in a nightmare and couldn't get out.
When 12-year-old Susanna Jeanson was struck by a car on a church camp outing, she was pinned beneath a vehicle. Her father, Don, watched helplessly as he waited for the rescue units to arrive. In less than 2 minutes, Glendale fire units got to the scene, including paramedic Armando Hernandez.
Dispatch a helicopter.
When we saw the pair of legs underneath the vehicle, I asked for a helicopter. We didn't know what type of head injury and internal injury she had, but we knew she was pretty serious.
We're here to help you, okay?
What we got, Armando?
Looks like we got a girl here at 10.
Okay. She's conscious.
She had a lot of blood in her mouth.
Yeah, okay. Sir, she won't respond to me.
She wouldn't respond to me at all.
Broken teeth.
And at that time, I could smell some flesh burning. Her arm was pinned against the exhaust pipe, and that's what was burning was her arm.
Does anybody here got a floor jack?
The driver who had hit Susanna went to get a floor jack from his house just 2 blocks away.
I was terrified. Please, God, just don't let her be paralyzed.
We got a jack coming, okay?
The fireman actually got under the car with my daughter, shielded her from these hot, burning pipes, and pulled her out. I didn't watch any of that. I couldn't.
Let's get her away from the car.
I didn't want to believe it, that a tragedy like this could strike my family. It just seemed impossible. It seemed like I was in a nightmare and couldn't get out.
Susanna arrived at the hospital within 40 minutes.
The insult to the head was so bad it was like an egg, a cracked egg.
Doors, please.
Many breaks.
X-ray.
She was in shock, cold and gritting her teeth, and did not know me at all. That was the last time I saw her conscious.
I'll run out and talk to him.
Among those treating her at St. Joseph's Hospital was nurse Steve Nelson.
She was bleeding throughout her body, and we replaced her blood volume at least 2 times.
At this point,
Finally, a young doctor sat us down, and he said, medically speaking, they couldn't do anything else for her. In the next 15 minutes or half an hour, you could lose her.
to do some praying.
I notice that you folks believe in prayer. He says, now's the time to pray. Well, we all joined hands, and then about a half hour after that, he said the bleeding has totally stopped. And we just knew it was a miracle.
Susanna had broken more than a half a dozen major bones and suffered severe head trauma in the accident. Over the next couple of days, her condition deteriorated. In an attempt to ease the pressure and reduce brain swelling, doctors put her in a drug-induced coma.
During the surgery, the neurosurgeon left off a large piece of her skull to allow for the brain to swell.
Her brain had swollen so much they couldn't even put the piece of her skull back on.
Susanna's family came to the hospital every day. But during the following week, her condition continued to worsen. The neurosurgeon told them there was a procedure that might be used to try to drain the excess fluid on her brain. But the operation was very dangerous. If it failed, Susanna could die instantly.
Literally, this is our last hope. It may not work. I have no choice.
Pressures inside of her head slowly returned to normal. But Susanna was still comatose. Nothing worked on her body.
She's in her own coma now.
As Susanna's vital organs began to shut down, Dr. Bob Graham gave her only days to live.
We did not know if her brain was alive or dead at that stage. We could not pick up any brain waves on the EEG. The chances of her surviving, be a normal child, probably 1 in 100,000, 1 in a million.
Jeremy's been going to school now. Susanna had survived so much already.
I think it's kind of hard.
And at that point, she still was hanging in there.
And
We'd touch her, we'd put lotion on her.
Grandma's here every day.
Telling her about our days.
And Grandpa's still helping.
Telling her about her friends.
Susanna remained in a coma for more than 2 months. 3 separate times her heart stopped beating, and she had to be resuscitated.
What's the pressure doing?
You feel like what else is going to happen to her? There is nothing left. And eventually, it didn't even resemble Susanna. Just a tiny bit of purple nail polish. That reminded me of Susanna. You loved her, you missed her, and you go in and want to see her, and it wasn't her.
She was gone. The argument really was, when do we pull the plug?
January 8th, 1990. We spent an extra long time in intensive care. The next morning, Darlene, her nurse, called. And you have to understand, whenever the phone rang in our house, you're waiting for, "We're really sorry."
Darlene?
Darlene said, Susanna opened her eyes and just started watching me work. Her eyes followed me around the bed. We could hardly get dressed fast enough to go down there. She mouthed the words, "Hi, Mom." She had recognition in her eyes. It was like your daughter had been reborn.
It's like the greatest dream you could ever have came true.
Tests revealed that Susanna's brain was still functioning normally, but she faced months of painful physical, occupational, and speech therapy to relearn everything.
And it was grueling. But it did not stop the therapists. They were geared to push her. She'd see them coming in, and she would openly weep because she knew it was going to hurt. But by the end of April, Susanna was able to take some steps. You did it. Good.
Susanna Jeanson spent 7 months in the hospital, recovering from her massive internal injuries and many broken bones. It's been 2 years since the accident, and except for some weakness in her lungs, she continues to develop like any other 14-year-old.
My biggest accomplishment in my comeback, I thought, was when I finally was able to walk, because I don't even know how it felt to be able to walk before my accident. So it was really a big accomplishment to me.
Sometimes I think it should have been me, so she wouldn't have to go through it. I feel a lot closer to her now.
I can tell you that Susanna is everything she used to be. She's happy. She giggles again. It's incredible.
How happy can a mom be when she's had her kid taken away and then given back?
I'm very grateful for all the work that all the doctors and nurses and friends did for me.
Susanna has left a wake of medical people profoundly astounded by what she survived, but yet they shouldn't forget for a moment that it's they that helped her pull it off.
I really felt that if she died, I wouldn't be the same. A part of me would die without this little bundle of joy. I was in danger of never being the same person, and somehow I am. She's been through death. She knows what life's all about, you know, people and love, family.
I'm looking forward to what life has in store for me still. I'm dying to find out what it is, too.
69-year-old George Rosencrantz and his wife, Emily, ran a sporting goods store in Mesa, Arizona. The family-owned business had been an important part of their lives for almost 15 years, but all that changed on December 21st, 1991.
Emily.
Yes? For some reason, no customers were in the store.
What is the price on this model?
This is very unusual because usually on Saturday mornings we're busy. But fortunately, nobody was in the store.
George and Emily's daughter Judy and employee Rick Meyer were also working in the back of the store.
65821.
Here it is, 239.
Okay, thank you, Emily. May I help you? Hey, this is a holdup. You've got to be kidding.
Dad!
Don't shoot, I'll do whatever you want.
Now get up front, help me get the guns. Come on! Now get the guns out of the case.
I saw my father's legs, wondering how he's doing because he was quiet. I didn't have any idea if he was still alive.
When we continue,
I was petrified, and the thought went through my head, what would my daughter do without me if I were to die? I just hoped and prayed they wouldn't come in.
Down! Now zip it up. Hurry up! Now get down!
I was petrified. I didn't make a sound. And the thought went through my head that what would my daughter do without me, for the rest of her life if I were to die?
Now come on! Get up front!
I just hoped and prayed they wouldn't come in.
Down! Put the hands on the back of your head now!
On that Saturday morning, Bob Ramsey was doing errands.
Just by coincidence, I passed a sporting goods store when these three guys ran out of the store with monkey masks on, carrying rifles and pistols. I knew right away what was happening. I had to stay focused and watch every step of where they went so that these guys could be put away where they belong.
At 10:32 a.m., a call for help came in to Mesa Police Dispatcher Gary Melton.
We've had a robbery and somebody's been shot. Please get somebody in quickly.
Stay on the line with me.
Okay.
Okay, they had a gun then, ma'am?
Yes, they had shotguns and they shot everybody.
All right.
There's one person really badly hurt. One person really badly hurt. Please come right away.
Okay, ma'am. Stay on the line with me.
Okay, I'm on the line.
I was a trainee at the time I got the call, and the first thought was, oh my gosh, why me? Why not one of the more experienced dispatchers?
Where was this person shot, ma'am?
I don't know. Where's he shot? Where's he shot? Shot in the back.
Okay.
Shot in the back. They just left. They had shotguns and they shot everything.
Okay, ma'am.
They were shooting all over the place.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, I've got the police and firemen coming.
Oh, thank God.
Their initial behavior was very cautious, but after a few seconds, they were too big of a hurry to even notice anything. They were just so busy unloading the vehicle. I decided to go back to the store because I didn't have access to a telephone.
As police officers began their investigation, the Mesa Fire Department arrived, led by paramedic Arnold Corneo.
That was a pretty serious wound.
Sir, can you hear us?
And it looked like it had exited out his back into about a 3-inch diameter hole, just kind of a blowout type of wound.
Got one gunshot.
Lieutenant Dan Day was the watch commander on duty that
Is
morning.
anybody else hurt or injured? Or
The fact that they shot the clerk and they stole the weapons, it just really magnified everything. And I pretty much just shut the city down and put our focus to try to find these guys.
Dan, I believe this guy knows where our suspects are.
How's that? I saw the three guys run out of the sporting goods store.
I just thought he was trying to be helpful and was probably going to give me some information we maybe already had. And I'm pretty much being a little bit short with him. You know, what do you need? What can I help you with? He said, well, I know where these guys are.
Sure, that's the truck. That's it right there.
okay, hang on, let's get a cut straight over here.
There was no movement in the complex. It was pretty quiet. It was like everybody was either inside or gone. So I'm thinking the time it took him to drive back and we're 30 minutes behind, it's just a good chance we're not going to be there.
I've got that vehicle 800 South Stapley on the east side of the street.
Daryl, can you get across the neighborhood and come up on the west side there through the alley?
Simple. 53, I'm on
Okay, stand by there. I'm going to have you deploy on that east side. We're sending all this concentration on this apartment, and I'm using all those resources, and my biggest worry is that they were gone.
Steve, just be real careful. He knows exactly what apartment they're in, so just be on the lookout, and they still have the shotgun.
My plan at that point, once we got secure, we'd just sit on it. Try to get a negotiator, try to find out the phone number, start doing utilities check, license plate numbers in the parking lot, and start processing our intelligence. Okay, are you up in the driveway there so you can see the front door? But I never got a chance to get that far.
You need to get back. You're right straight across from it, okay? That one would be coming from the south on foot. Yeah, so we got kids coming down the sidewalk, and I just want those people to stay inside.
One of the officers that I had sneaking up saw the door come open, and they just came out, just unannounced, just boom.
Next two male just came out. One's wearing a red shirt, pair of Levi.
That's them.
Are you sure?
That's
You
them. That's them.
Okay, the witness advised. We weren't ready for him to come out, so at that moment I was pretty nervous that something bad's going to happen.
Take off. Okay.
Hold it right there! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stay right there! Don't move!
You in the
Come right there! Hold it!
Hold it! Right there! Stop! Put it down! Put it down! Drop it right there!
The officer reached over to spray the bad guy, and it squirted me, and immediately I couldn't see and I couldn't breathe. I was out.
The apartment's clear, and the weapons have been located.
10-4.
What Mr. Ramsey did was far beyond what's expected and what's asked, and I just thank God he wasn't injured, and I wouldn't recommend anybody take that much action without the training or the ability to protect yourself. I mean, the potential violence in this entire thing for everybody was extremely high.
69-year-old gunshot victim George Rosenkrantz underwent surgery to remove his damaged spleen. During recovery, he suffered a stroke and has had to undergo extensive physical therapy.
We are thankful every day that he's okay. But it wasn't quick. It was a long, daily ordeal for him to recuperate.
The suspects were found guilty of armed robbery and aggravated assault and sentenced to prison. 7 months after the shooting, George was finally able to return to work. But the incident changed the way he does business.
I just was at the wrong place at the right time for the burglars, that's all. I had what they wanted, and I just don't want to press it. I learn quick. Once is enough. That's the top of the line right here.
For our safety, we all decided we're going to get rid of these guns, we're going to get rid of all the accessories that go with them, and completely do without them.
They're tungsten, but they're not as heavy.
This real cutthroat industry. I think it's better that we got rid of them. We're going to be getting Girl Scout stuff in. We'll be the only distributor there in Mesa for that. So I think that's a better thing to sell than the firearms.
Grandpa, get on it, Kayla.
My wife and I have been married for 45 years, and I tell her I love her every single night now.
Good. Oh, that's good.
I value each and every day that I get up and go at it again.
I just love them more than I ever have. You know, I don't know what I would do without them. I really don't.
I will only say that I went through 5 campaigns in World War II. I never got hit. I was missed many times. But civilian life is rough.
Some situations are so out of the ordinary that we could never imagine finding ourselves in them. But on July 7th, 1992, Laura Cole discovered that when children are involved, almost anything can happen.
Christine is a little more active than the average 2-year-old that I've seen. Sometimes she can be a little mischievous, and she likes to joke around and have fun.
I didn't do it, I tell ya. I'm afraid, see?
She is a pain sometimes. If I tell her to go wipe up her mess that she made and she won't do it. And she says, you go do it, and she's kind of bossy to me.
I tell ya. Oh, he did so do it.
There anyway, and I can... Hang on just a second. What you need, honey?
The potty.
Okay, sweetie, go back there and I'll be right back there. We're in the middle of potty training and she's doing pretty good. So I said, go ahead, go back there, and I'll be back there in a minute. Well, sounds like things are moving along ahead of schedule for you then. And I heard Christine start to cry. Melissa, can you come check on Christine, please?
What's wrong?
Melissa McAvoy was the Cole family's babysitter.
Oh, it's just Christine. She's fussing back there.
Christina, what happened?
I walked in the bathroom, and Christine said, my foot's stuck.
It's okay.
I thought it was strange to find a girl in a toilet bowl.
Get your mommy, okay? Christina's foot is stuck in the toilet.
What?
Her foot is stuck in the toilet.
And I was thinking, this is strange. I mean, there's no way a foot can go in a toilet and not come back out. Oh my gosh, it's really stuck. It would not budge, not even a fraction of an inch. And I was afraid if I put any more pressure on her leg, it would have easily broken. I put half a bottle of dishwashing detergent down that water, and it still wasn't budging. I didn't know if it was, cutting circulation off in her leg. There was just no way to tell. It was so tight in there.
911, may I help you? Yes, I have a problem I need some help with. My 2-year-old daughter has got her entire leg stuck in the toilet, and I can't get it out. I'm afraid I'm going to break her leg if I try to move it. Stuck in the toilet? I know it sounds crazy, but...
The lady on the end of the line kind of hesitated, and I felt like she was thinking, was I serious?
Okay, we'll get rescue out there. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
St. Lucie Fort Pierce County Fire Rescue units were immediately dispatched. Among them was 6-year veteran firefighter paramedic Andy McDonald.
This was not a routine call, so we knew it was bound to be interesting.
Which way is it in there?
Rescuers arrived at the bathroom within 6 minutes.
Okay, let's try a little more soap here. Okay, it's slippery, but her foot's just really wedged in there.
The rescue team was headed by Lieutenant Larry Barton.
This was a serious situation. A small kid like that is scared to death if she's tied up to something and can't get away from it.
Larry turned for help to the only toilet expert he knew, his fire captain, Bill Davis.
I've been in construction, and I understand how these things are put together. And so I said, well, go ahead and take the toilet on out, and we'll meet you down there in a few minutes.
She was screaming so loud because she saw all the strangers and stuff. You could probably hear her all the way down the block.
John Cole had been working in the neighborhood when he decided to stop by to check on his family. The last thing he expected was to find his daughter stuck in the toilet.
It's hard to sit back and know that your child is calling out for you and not be able to do anything.
I think it's probably tough on the parents. They want something to happen now. It's something, you could have gone there with a sledgehammer and broke the toilet open, but you wouldn't be professional.
John, ready? Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Go easy, don't drop it. Let's lock arms. Be real careful coming out. All right. Dad, you got her?
We got you.
On this way.
We got you.
Nice and easy.
We got you.
Watch your corner.
Nice and easy.
Watch your corner. Easy, watch your leg. Watch your leg. I got the front door now.
I was worried because she's only 2, and that's the first big adventure she's ever had.
Nice and easy. Be careful. Take your time now. Nobody falls. Take your time.
Okay,
take your time. We're all right.
You're carrying it out, you're going, now, once I get it outside, what am I going to do with it? I'm out here with a toilet in the middle of a driveway. What am I going to do with it?
What we got here, Lieutenant?
When the chief paramedic showed up, being the authority on plumbing and what, he took a look at the situation and told us how they were going to have to approach the toilet and how they were going to enter it.
I said, well, looks like we're going to have to break the toilet apart. So I told them to stuff some towels around her foot so that if the toilet comes apart, that it won't cut her.
Okay, here's some towels. Let's wrap these towels around her foot. See if we can get it on out of there.
Go ahead and bring it.
I used the pick end of a pry axe to carefully chip the toilet.
Up it easy. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right, hold on a second. The first piece that we took off, we got into the neck part of the toilet, which we didn't see what we wanted to see. So I said, let's chip it again. So we chipped it farther back. Easy.
It was pretty exciting seeing them break the toilet with the hatchet and stuff.
A little bit. There we go. Hairline crack again.
There it goes.
Fine.
There it is. Okay, I got it. There she comes. All right, lift her up.
There we go.
As soon as they freed her foot, she jumped right up into her dad's arms and was just, she stopped crying then, right away.
Just okay. Look here. Yeah.
One thing that can be learned from this is never stand up in the toilet. And never pull the handle down either when you do.
2-year-old Christine Cole suffered only a minor cut on her foot as a result of the incident and experienced no other setbacks in completing her potty training.
We laugh a little bit at it. You know, it's something that's changed the way we look at the bathroom, I think.
Oh boy, what a mess.
Children are always going to be getting into situations and anything can happen. I never dreamed that she would have got her foot stuck in the toilet. They don't tell you about this in the potty training manuals.
On April 16th, 1991, in Welsh, West Virginia, 17-year-old Donnie Trent and his best friend Ricky Riggs left school early with another friend.
Usually whenever we skipped school, we would go out back there and swing on the vines. All over the woods, there's big vines that's attached to trees, and all you gotta do is cut loose at the bottom of them, and you could swing out on them. Everybody around, it's been going on around here for a long time. It was always kind of a prank, you know, for all of us to be swinging on there, and somebody say, boy, that's high. That's awful high. If that vine have to break or somebody fell off that, they said there's no way they would live through it.
Come on,
When Steve got back, Donnie grabbed the vine. And he swung out, and it got to its highest point where it would stop and then start coming back. I really didn't know whether he was going to be dead or not. I just knew I had to get down there.
Donnie, we're here, Donnie.
Get help, man, get help! All right, we never stay, we're right back, we're right back.
I looked at Donnie, and he was moving somewhat. We didn't realize at first how bad he was hurt until we seen the bone sticking out of the bottom of his ankles. And I took my shirt off and wrapped it around his hand and told him to squeeze onto it and hold it.
Careful, careful.
I was scared to move him, scared that his back was probably hurt or his neck could be hurt, anything. We were so far back in the woods, all I could think about doing was keeping him calm until help got there.
We'll be all right. Come on. Let's go. Gotta get some help.
We're getting somebody for you right now.
He was bleeding pretty bad through his ankles. Then his head started to swell, where it hit his head on the rock, and the side of his face was starting to turn blue. And we realized by then that if we didn't get help a lot faster than what was coming, that he would die. And Steve started running up the mountain to go see if he could get him to hurry up any faster.
Stay awake.
I was there along with him for a long time. It's one of the worst feelings I've ever felt. You just feel completely useless. couldn't do nothing until help got there.
What happened? Come on, hurry up!
It was quite a distance from the school. We had to run down a road and down over the hillside to where the accident occurred.
Athletic trainer Ed Evans tried to assess the youth's condition.
Do you know who I am? Hey, give me the bag, give me the bag. Do you know who I am?
His feet were so mangled, only a small portion of the Achilles tendon and some muscle, about an inch or so, was all that was holding his feet on. He had bled so much, his blood pressure was almost nil.
Can't get anything.
I could see the blood vessels in his legs. I just pinched down on him with my thumb and my forefingers, and he was so empty, it slowed the blood flow down.
Okay, good.
I'm not a paramedic. I am a first aider. I treated on the football field many injuries, but nothing that said to me, this kid could die in front of you.
You ready?
We very quickly lifted him onto that backboard, and we went.
Okay. On three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go. Get out of here. Let's go.
It was extremely steep and very difficult for us to walk up. We had to hold on to trees and small saplings, whatever we could grab, to pull ourselves up the hill.
Almost there. Keep going. Wait a step, guys. Stay with us, Donnie.
Donnie screamed and hollered all the way up that mountain.
Rescue units with McDowell County Ambulance Authority arrived within a half hour of Donnie's accident.
We met them about halfway between the fall site and the school. I was tremendously relieved to see the paramedics.
Battalion Chief Douglas Klein took charge at the scene.
I was really surprised that they did have him on a backboard. I went ahead and grabbed his head to hold his neck still.
McDowell Control Medic 16 on scene. Trauma Alert 1, Scramble Health Net.
He was in very critical condition, and things were starting to become a little fuzzy to him.
Okay, guys, got a large fall here. Compound fractures. Let's get the mask on. C-spine first. He's got bleeding, direct pressure with pressure points.
We put on an anti-shock trouser suit to help control the bleeding. The fractures were the worst that I've ever seen in 11 years of service. It frightened me that with the wrong move or the wrong touch, we could actually pull his foot off of his leg. We were fighting against time because we were a mile or so back into the woods.
Let's go. Come on, keep it up. Keep it level. Hey, Donnie, how you doing, man?
It was a long, slow process because we had to keep from moving the patient around as much as possible.
A Health Net helicopter landed at the high school and waited for them. Donnie's father, Raymond Trent, had been notified that his son had been in an accident.
I figured it was a broken leg or something, but I saw the paramedics. They were just covered with blood. I knew it was bad then when I saw them. So I went around and got in the front door and sat down beside of him. And at that point was when I really seen the condition that Donnie was in. I didn't see how he was even alive at that point. Every time it hit a little bump in the ambulance, he'd holler, oh God, it hurts.
Be okay.
I told him I was there. I said, honey, Daddy's here. Reached down, kissed him. He told me, he said, Dad, if I don't make it, he said, I love you. Said, you tell them all that I love them. Tore the inside of me out. That's the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. All I could think of was Donnie and what I was going to tell his mother. All I could think of was tell her the truth, prepare her.
And I said, no way will he die. I said, it just can't happen. And my husband would say, but honey, you didn't see him. Honey, you didn't see him.
Donnie was airlifted to the trauma unit of Charleston Area Medical Center 70 miles away, where he was examined by orthopedic surgeon Michael Fittler.
We'll try not to hurt you anymore, okay?
The broken bones were lying open in the air, and there was a lot of dirt and debris ground into these injured bones.
We're going to have to check that head out. It looks like you might have something going on there.
He had suffered a head injury that caused actually a small blood clot on the brain.
He's got some altered state.
Surgery for Donnie had its increased risks because of his head injury.
His feet are cold.
But this was a risk that had to be taken because there was no doubt that he would lose both of his feet, certainly, if we did not proceed with haste.
It took Donnie's parents 2.5 hours to drive to the hospital.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fiddler. I'm the
Dr. Fiddler said he's still alive. He told us that if Donnie lives, he said, I want him to be able to walk. But if I want to save his feet, he says, I've got to do it now. He says, I can't wait 1 minute.
I simply had to tell them that we would do the best we could, but that the outcome was certainly uncertain.
It's a little unsure how things are going to go tonight, right this minute, but
I had to see my son. I felt like I had to see him because as bad as they had told me that he was, he might not make it through surgery. And one more time, I wanted to put my arms around him, and I wanted to tell him how much that I loved him. But they had already moved him, and I did not get to see my son before he went into the operating room.
Since the accident, Donnie Trent has almost completely recovered.
Today, to look at my son and see him walk down the road, it is a miracle. He's doing things that I never a year ago thought that he would ever be able to do.
And you know, it's the happiest thing in my life and my wife's life because we absolutely thought he was going to die.
Well, I'm lucky to live through it, being that far a fall. The paramedics are responsible, and the trauma unit, and Mr. Evans. I thank them. I mean, they saved my life, you know. That's a lot.
Knowing he's alive and okay makes me feel great. I know it keeps me away from swinging on grapevines or anything stupid.
Ricky calmed me down the most, you know. He'd sit there and he'd talk to me. He's a good fella.
All I can say is we were friends. Friends down around here stick together, especially in an instant like that.
This series is dedicated to all the men and women who choose to get involved when a life is at stake. I'm William Shatner. Join us again next time for more true stories on Rescue 911.